Well, let's discuss this further now with Patrick Henningsen of the 21st Century Wire news site. Thank you for joining us on the programme. Roger Stone did lie to Congress. That's what he's being convicted of. So is it right to spare him jail?
Well, it is morally reprehensible and unsavory as the public and the media might perceive Roger Stone to be. It's nothing compared to the partisan machine that has been fabricating this Russiagate fiction narrative for the last 4 years. To say that Roger Stone committed a crime is to say that it would be the same as saying he's lying, he's covering up about an alien, about being abducted by aliens, basically. How can you lie about something that didn't exist? He never had a back channel to WikiLeaks. He was never a go-between between WikiLeaks. But there's this assumed criminality. The assumed criminality is that WikiLeaks is a Kremlin front, and that the WikiLeaks had got the emails, Podesta emails, etc., from Russia, and so that makes Roger Stone a middleman with the Russians, basically. So that's how that narrative is constructed, and we're at a very strange place in American society where even after a lie has been completely disproven, like Russiagate, the total collapse of the Mueller Probe, even then, the narratives still linger. They linger on. They're adopted as this kind of belief set. And that's the whole basis for the Stone prosecution. So, you know, and the jury was tainted, clearly tainted. The foreman of the jury was a Democratic Party operative, but that wasn't seen by the judge as grounds for mistrial. So this is being portrayed as some miscarriage or transgression of justice by the Trump administration. But in fact, Roger Stone did nothing wrong at the end of the day. And he was the only scalp that the Mueller investigation had that had a Russian label on it. That's why they were determined to take Roger Stone down.
Do you think Trump's going to receive much fallout from this? I mean, his critics are saying that he's making a mockery of the rule of law and democracy. Do they have a point?
No, they don't. The mockery of the rule of law is the fact that the Roger Stone show trial even took place to begin with. So, as your reporter pointed out in the previous segment, only process crimes have been raised against any of these political operatives that were attached to the Trump campaign. So there's no underlying crimes there that have anything to do with Russian collusion or any violation of national security or anything like that. It's just, and this has two things. One, it keeps the narrative of the 2016 election going. They're still litigating. They want to reverse the result of the Democrats and members of the intelligence community and the civil service. They want to reverse the results of the 2016 election. That's the first function of the Roger Stone trial and conviction. The second is that it does keep the idea in place that WikiLeaks is a hostile foreign intelligence service. And but if you substitute WikiLeaks for the New York Times, in other words, Roger Stone was trying to pump information out of the New York Times during an election cycle. It's not a story. It's a routine election year affair. But because they've reframed WikiLeaks as this international espionage organization that's a front for the Russian government, then all of a sudden any liaising or any communications or any relations at all, or even wanting to have a relationship with WikiLeaks or Julian Assange gets classed immediately as some kind of espionage. And so this underpins the indictments for Julian Assange, which the Department of Justice are still pursuing. So Roger Stone did play an indirect role in validating this narrative that WikiLeaks is more than a media outlet and is not a member of the Fourth Estate.
Patrick Henningsen, writer and global affairs analyst, thank you for your time.
Thank you.